Welcome to Lesson 1, where we get everything set up and ready to roll. Today, we're downloading the tools that you'll be using throughout the course, and first up, it's Blender. This is our main 3D creation tool, and where we will be doing a lot of our modelling and scene building. Next, we'll grab Epic Games Launcher. This is a hub that gives access to Unreal Engine, specifically in our case 5.5, which we'll be using to bring everything to life in real time. And finally, we'll download PureRef, a handy little reference tool that helps us keep our visual ideas, concept art, and mood boards all in one place. Once we've got all that installed, you'll be ready to dive in.
So it's time to install Blender. So what I've got here on the left is the Windows system requirements, and on the right is the Apple Mac system requirements. You've got minimum at the top and then recommended below. Obviously you want to be going towards the recommended, but you can use these with the minimum. Okay, so let's get into installing this together.
Using your chosen browser, you want to give that an open and search for blender.org. Okay, not .com, not .co.uk, .org. Give that a search, and straight away at the top of the page you'll see download. So give that a click, and then it normally knows what your operating system is, but in case you want to change it, or if you're using a virtual machine, you've got all these different options just here. Give download Blender a click once done, and it'll just take you to this donate page. You don't have to donate, but it is nice if it's within budget. Wait for it to install, and then you can install Blender like you would with any other program. Okay, so go away, do that now, install Blender, and make sure at the end you can see this screen. It might look a bit different in the future. Picture normally changes every couple of months when they release a new version, but as long as you're looking at something like this, you're good to go.
Let's move on. So we're now going to install Epic Games, which is needed to install Unreal Engine. And you'll also notice I've included PureRef just here, okay? That's because PureRef runs on absolute potatoes. It doesn't really have any system requirements. You just need an operating system. So let's just do all three together and move forward with a little bit of haste and get into the fun stuff, shall we?
So as before, we are going to go to our chosen internet browser. And this time we're going to search for Epic Games Download. Okay, give that a search, and then this top one should be absolutely perfect, and it is. As you see, this is the page you should be met with if you're doing it at current times with myself. Might be a bit different in the future, but you need to come up to where it says download, give that a click, and it will install for you the Epic Hub installer. Okay, give that an install once it's installed onto your system, like we did with Blender. Follow the instructions, download it to a chosen file source, and I'm not going to do it because I've already got it installed. And once you have installed Epic Games, it should look something like, let's give it an open. Should look something like this. So this is the Epic Games Hub. Okay, this is essential if you want to download Unreal. And before we move on to finding Unreal, which is up here in library, I'll just say that you've also got a library, store, and Unreal Engine on the left. So you've got two menus. Okay, we're going to be focusing on the Unreal Engine aspect of Epic Games Hub at the moment. But should you want some downtime and you want to relax, you can get some games. So you can buy them from the store, and then once you've bought them, they'll be here in your library. Okay, so you've got the Epic Games Store. This has got all sorts of games you can go and have a look at. Yeah. So we're not going to be focusing on playing games, not this time. We're going to be focusing on making things for games or virtual production or whatever it is we want. So you want to select Unreal Engine, and then at the top, this is where all the new updates come out. So if there's something you're playing with and it's beta and you're struggling with it, keep an eye here. Sometimes they'll release notes to do with such beta. Samples are good. This is things that you can use, like the animation sample. There's lots of different animations that you can just learn the process of how to animate characters. So this is always good. Lots of good sort of tutorials. MetaHumans is a good one. This is one that's quite good if you want to make muscles that deform naturally under skin. So there's loads here that you can go and have a look at. And obviously the city sample that was shown with the Matrix demo that when Unreal Engine 5 came out. If you haven't seen that, go have a look. It's quite stunning to look at. The fidelity of the models of the environment is absolutely stunning. So what we're going to work on, we'll look at Fab later on. That's the new and improved, some say, Quixel Bridge. This is where you can get assets pre-made, pre-bought, materials, textures, whatever it is you're looking for within Unreal Engine. This is where you can find it. And then library, that's where we want to be at the moment. Now, yours won't have projects already in, and you probably won't have engine versions. So what you want to do is either come up to launch, or if you can't see that, you just want to make sure you come to engine version, hit the plus sign, you'll see one pops up. It'll probably say 554 or the most recent version if you're watching this in the future. So if you're following along with this tutorial, we are going to be using 554. So if you're watching this in the future, you can try and use your own version, one that's a bit newer. But if you're finding bugs, just come back to 5.5.4. I will try and come back in the future and adjust this course as new versions come out with significant changes to how we do things. So for you guys, go to engine version, install. Like you can see, it says here, once you've selected the engine, you've got install button, install 5.5.4. And then once that's done, you're good to go. We're not going to make a project just yet. We'll do that later on together once we get to that point. But once you've installed it, you can launch, and that's where we'll start making our projects. And that is installing Unreal Engine. So we've got Epic Games Hub. We're in that. We've installed Unreal Engine. So once we've done that, let's close this one. We want PureRef. Let's give these a close. So PureRef is PureRef, all one word, and you can see it's the top one just here with this sort of P logo. Hit that one, and this is really, really simple. You can either come up to download or just get PureRef, okay? Depending on what you're doing, if you're on your own personal, if you're just a group of guys or girls and you want to sort of use this as a small business, you can do that, or you can go for full business. So select what applies to yourself. You've also got your operating system just here, select the correct one. I find that for Windows, personal Windows, straight out the box, this works. If you want to do a donation, you can. And you can notice that at the minute it's set to $15 automatically. If it's a little bit out of budget, and that's fully understandable in current times, you can just put in 00 into the custom amount and you'll notice that it becomes free. And then in the future, once you're a rich game developer and you've released 3 or 4 AAA games, you can come back to PureRef and give them a quick donation and thank you. So once you've done that, hit download. Once again, it will give you an installer. It says thank you for installing it. Now, once again, I'm not going to install it because I've already got this on my system, but give that one a click, follow the instructions, select a program file source, install it, and you'll be good to go. And once that's set up, it should look something like this. It's just a simple mood board. So you can place this on your screen anywhere you want. I'll just show you a quick demonstration. If I just put my windows over to the right and we leave PureRef open, images, and let's search for artist mannequin, because that's something we're going to be using later on. So let's use artist mannequin. This is what we're sort of going to be looking at, but bringing one of these to life a little bit more detail. So let's get some references. So all I'd do is when I'm looking for my references, I'll go to wherever it is I want. I'm using Google right now because it's nice and universal. You find a picture that you like, so that one could be useful. Always give it a click so you get the bigger version, the full size, and then you can just drag it over here onto PureRef and you can sort of collect lots of different references for all to have them all in one place. Now you'll notice this is it's a increasing and decreasing screen, so it's massive. You can get loads of photos on here. So maybe I want that one, not me up there. And you can just go around, and that's quite strange. Maybe if we want to go a bit odd, or it's a nice pose there for maybe when we're doing some animations. You can see what I'm doing here. I'm just getting lots of different references that I think might help me for when we get to the modeling phase. And we've even got a nice 2D image here. If you're a concept artist, you can do your own images and then you can place them all here as well. So you can have lots of different views, angles, clothing, props, accessories, all sorts. So these mood boards are a great resource, but we'll deep dive a little bit more into that when we get to the modeling side of life.
So in summary, in this lesson, we've just installed all the essentials for your dev toolkit and all the essentials for you to be able to move forward with purpose on this course. Thank you very much for coming to this lesson. Make sure you come to the next one, which is going to be an introduction to Blender.